Nancy Taylor from HeyNancyTaylor.com, and on this channel you will see videos all about teaching online, growing your brand, and becoming the best version of you. And you clicked on this video because you want to know what is happening with VIPKid. Now, if the sound is a little echoey, I'm filming in the kitchen in an Airbnb, but I brought my handy dandy map from HeyNancyTaylor.com and I just put it on the wall, rolled it up in my suitcase and put it on the wall. It transforms into a classroom. Ta-da! So if you've been wondering why are a lot of teachers recruiting for other companies or maybe teaching for other companies, or perhaps you're looking at the pay adjustments or the bookings, are those being affected? What are all these variables that are happening right now, currently? I'm filming this in fuzzy. I'm filming this in, what month is it? Honestly, is that how you've been feeling with the quarantine and all the craziness? It's June. What's happening in June, I wanna be raw and real and share with you what I see happening inside my own Facebook group with VIPKid teachers, which is link below if you wanna join that group. I try and make it kind of like a Disneyland where there's all these amusement parks, but Disney chose to make theirs really clean and just top notch. And the same with my Facebook group. I always want it to be a positive space where there's no such thing as a dumb question. So you can join that and ask any question you want if you are a current VIPKid teacher. That's what the group is for. So let's jump into all the details I'm going to be sharing, laying them out here for you, and I hope that you can leave with maybe a mindset shift or also some more information on maybe what's happening behind the scenes. Do I have all the answers? No. Am I human? Yes. But I just want to explain what I've seen happening as I work with a lot of teachers, and I have a lot that are in my community. So I feel as though I do see a lot that is going on. Okay, let's jump into it. Before we jump into the 3 things that I want to cover with you that I'm going to be very raw and real with you about, sending a little bit of tough love I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. And I wish that someone would speak to me in this way. It's kind of like when we do our feedback, we have the positive, constructive, and the positive. So I want to be able to be honest with you and give you feedback that I know will help you to grow and to move forward. So first of all, I've been seeing a lot of positive comments. I went on my Facebook group just before I started this video, started filming, and here are some comments that I saw popping up.
This comment says, I love my job and can't believe I get paid to do this. Seriously, these kids are adorable and it is so fun watching them learn to speak. I have the best job ever. This comment says, you got yourself a teacher high. It's better than drugs. These kids in this job are simply the best. It fuels my day with joy and happiness. So glad you loved your first class. It just gets better and better. Nice job.
I was actually going on my Facebook group to see, okay, what are the conversations? What are all these things that I'm getting text messages about? And I saw so much positivity, so I had to start with that. Just letting you know that there's so much good that's happening. I also checked my app on my phone, and I wanted to see how are referral numbers going. I like to look at I can check my pay stub to see how many have taught their first class, and they're still teaching. They're going through the process. I see my affiliates are going through the process. So although there are some hiccups and things that are happening, I don't know if they're due to COVID or if they're due to people being home, more teachers being home and opening more slots. Really, there's so many variables that could be adjusting and changing things, but the only thing that you can do is make your own decisions. You can't choose how someone else runs their business. You can't choose their pay scale. You get to choose how you do things, and that's the only thing that you can change. So let's jump into the 3 things I want to talk to you about today. Number 1 are the pay adjustments. Now, VIPKid released that they are adjusting the pay so that they want all their teachers by August 1st of 2020 to be on this pay scale. So if you look at the chart here, it can be confusing. However, if we break it down, and there's many videos that have broken this down, I'm just going to give you a quick run through. Is you are tiered by how many classes you have taught, and then how many classes you teach that month is how much the dollars that you get per class. It used to be $2 per class, and now it is a little bit less if you're teaching maybe part-time, and a little bit more if you're teaching a large number of classes. So it is rewarding those that teach a lot of classes. Now, I think that you should go out and teach as many classes as you possibly can to get that $3 on each class and hit those tiers. If that's what you want to be doing for this entire year and the same time next year, then yes, that's what you could do. Now, if you're saying, I would like to work less time, I would like to make the same income, then if you continue to spend all of your working time on only teaching, then There's no way that you can do that. There's no way. If you're not spending time on building a brand, if you're not spending time on learning a different skill, if you're not spending time elsewhere and you're so focused on, I have to hit these numbers, and that's all you're doing is teaching that large amount, then you won't be to that place where you can teach less and earn the same income. I have to tell you this because I see it happen time and time again, where teachers will come to me and they will say, I would love to have passive income, or I would love to be making money on the side with my teaching. Maybe I want to start a shop, or maybe I want to sell a product, or perhaps you wanted to recruit and really go all in on recruiting or affiliate marketing. If you want to do that and you are teaching a full schedule, you're going to be teaching a full schedule in the same place this time next year. So there has to be a change in your workload. And this is a perfect time to pivot. If you have been teaching for VIPKid for many years and you feel a little bit defeated, or that was unfair that I'm getting a pay cut instead of a pay raise, I know how you're feeling. I truly do. And I want to share an experience with you that was an opportunity for me to see some other routes. There's a quote by Tony Robbins that I love, and it says that things don't happen to you, they happen for you. So if I see this change in pay as an opportunity, how can I make something positive out of this? I want to share it with you. So in the fall of 2019, I was one of 5 of the top recruiters for VIPKid. So I use my YouTube channel to funnel referrals, and that's what I teach inside my signature course for online teachers. It works really well. It works so well, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to teach others how to do this. Now, in the fall of 2019, I was informed that they were going to no longer have milestones. Now, these milestones, if you hit the top tier in the milestones, it's about a bonus of $20,000 every quarter. So yeah, that's like, let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, I don't do the math. That's $80,000 that I would not have the next year. Okay, my daughter needs me, just a second. Jack is napping upstairs and Ava is watching Polly Pockets, but she needed her blankie. She's having quiet time. Who else is a mom out there and you have this much time and you try and fit this many things into it? I'm like, I gotta film this video. I have a minute. I have a minute of peace and quiet. So where was I? I was talking about how the milestones were cut. So that's $80,000. And at first I took it personal. I thought, how dare they do that? I have promoted their company. I was really frustrated at first, and I would get built up and I would tell my husband, and he was like, who cares? Like, you can do nothing about that, Nancy, but what can you do? And I was like, no, but listen, Dave, like, this is not fair. And he was like, well, why are you spending wasting any time talking about this? There's nothing you can do about it. And I was like, well, maybe there is. These milestones that's no fair. And I was so frustrated, and then it clicked, like, duh. If this was an opportunity, it wasn't what's happening to me, but what's happening for me. It opened up more mind, like I could not just focus on recruiting, but I opened up my mind to what other opportunities are there. Oh, I have been listening to Amy Porterfield and I could launch a course. If you haven't checked out my video here, I go over my course and how I hit 6 figures that coming January by launching a product to online teachers. I still recruit, and I have a referral system that runs in the background. So while I'm running my business and brand, I still have that affiliate marketing running, and that is what I teach inside my course. It's something that has funded my business and has allowed it to grow, and I'm so grateful for it. And that's why I see it as such a good opportunity for others. But would I be teaching other teachers how to do this? Would I have seen that door, that window, if I had just been so frustrated and so super focused on, I have to recruit, I have to hit this milestone, or else I miss out on that 20 grand every quarter. Like, I was so tunnel visioned that I didn't open up my mind to other opportunities. So I was so grateful. Looking back, I'm so grateful for that. And I see it's a business decision. If a business needs to make a profit and they have to cut the budget in some places, I would rather have the business stay afloat and be able to work for a business I love than for them to go and out of business. Duh. I want them to make the decision that allows them to continue to move forward. I know that they take good care of their teachers. I know they care about their teachers, and this was just a business decision. It was nothing personal. It was nothing that I don't like Nancy, so I'm gonna cut $80,000 from her paycheck. No, that wasn't what it was. And once that clicked, anything that happened, adjustments to pay, things like that, when I immediately wanted to get defensive and say, how dare they? It was an understanding of this was a business decision, and it was so that they could profit and grow. And this was something that does not only affect me, there are so many other moving pieces, and I didn't want to be this, I'm entitled, and this only is about me. I came to realize that there's so many other moving parts that I didn't recognize before because I was so tunnel vision, and I had been rewarded for recruiting at those high numbers for so long.
As you can see in this screenshot of my paycheck, my pay stub from September of 2019, I have a total of $34,841.75. It's $25,000 bonus, so that's $100,000. And if you look here, you get the bonus every quarter, and then I also had $9,400 from referrals because your referral can add your code at any time. Now let's fast forward to January 2020. You can see my total amount is $3,820. And that's it. Now, also keep in mind, I started an affiliate account that month. And so I also had 4 referrals from that. And that was $130 per referral in the affiliate account. And so that was a total of $520. So the entire amount for that month was $4,340. So at that time, they had guidelines where I cannot add a referral at any point in the process. It's only at the beginning. And also, I don't have any milestones anymore. But keep in mind, this is January 2020, and that is the same month I launched my first online course, my first product of my own, and was able to generate 6 figures in 1 month. I generated around $130,000 that month with my own product. Like, just, it gives you an opportunity to see a door, a window, more things. And I wouldn't have done that had I not had the time to do so or the incentive.
So I hope that story brings a little bit of light into if the pay has been a little bit of a cut for you, it is a business decision. And perhaps it's an opportunity for you to take a pivot, for you to open your eyes and see, hey, maybe I could be teaching for multiple companies. Maybe I could learn a new skill and market that online. Perhaps I want to grow a YouTube channel. These would not have opened up if you had been so focused on hitting certain teaching numbers or you had that set schedule. Because think about a year from now, do you still want to be teaching that same schedule? And if you love it, and yes, that's an amount that is doable, then keep doing that. But if you want to do a change, if you want to see different results, then you have to do something different. And these changes allow for that mind space and kind of that little pivot. I would recommend working for having more than one stream of income is what I want to say. I wouldn't just have all of my eggs in one basket. And we launched a shop in the fall. I started doing my own courses and creating my own products, and I've seen massive results as well as massive results with my students. All right, now that we have chatted about pay and maybe you've taken a little bit of a cut, but do not take it personally. Do not take it personally. See this as an opportunity. It is happening for you, and this is going to project you forward into the path that you want to take and ultimately where you want to be this time next year. See the big picture. The second thing I want to talk about is bookings. Many teachers during the pandemic, when we were all isolated or in quarantine and we were all in our homes, more teachers were able to open up more slots, and this could have caused the bookings to dip because teachers were home during the day. Those that are mainstream classroom teachers are home. And there was a video that VIPKid released, and I'll leave it linked below. It was very helpful in letting you know kind of what were the effects of the bookings. Why did this happen? And a lot of times we see, oh no, our bookings are being affected. Everything's going to end. Look at the big picture. Your bookings might go up and down from time to time, but big picture, they're still going to be consistent, okay? Now, if you do see a bookings dip, there's 2 things I want to tell you about, and this is the tough love. Number 1, look at you. You're teaching. Do you feel like you're performing and doing the quality product that your students deserve? If you're not waking up early enough, or if you're not prepping well enough, or if you are yawning during class, or any of these things, maybe it's kind of a reality check of, I need to do a better job. I've had this before. When I was pregnant with Ava, I got 2 negative reviews. And by Ava, I mean Jack. I was pregnant with Jack. And I was just so deflated. Like, they don't even know I'm pregnant. And that's why I was yawning and I was so tired and I had to excuse myself to go spew. And I was pointing my finger at them. How dare they? But it was me. I shouldn't have opened up those spots. If I wasn't feeling well, I shouldn't have opened up those spots. Or I should have let the parents know I'm not feeling well today. And I didn't do that. So looking back on what can I do? It's like when we point fingers, we got all these fingers pointing back at us.
As you see on this screenshot, it is my parent feedback. So you can see the total there at the top, 1,008 total feedbacks. And I have majority excellent, a couple good, and then 5 unsatisfactory. And every single one of those was when I was pregnant. And I want to read a little blurb from one of them. So if I go into unsatisfactory, it looks like this. So one with 3 apples, 3 apples, 3 apples, and then 2 with 2 apples. Now, those were both invalid. They were able to be changed, but I just wanted to show you a screenshot of what it said. Here at the bottom, you can see it says, but this class, the voice is still delayed. I had a tech problem in this class. More and more delay in the future. The teacher is still smiling brilliant, speaking flat, but also frequent yawning. Several children have done wrong and have not corrected. I am very disappointed. The children are also very disappointed, and I was devastated. But you know what? I learned from that. I need to do a better job of getting the sleep I need, or I don't need to open classes if I'm feeling so tired from being pregnant. You have to give yourself grace and take it as a learning opportunity.
The second thing is to perhaps have a pivot or put those eggs in multiple baskets. I like to think of the analogy of you're at a restaurant, and while you're at this restaurant, you want fish. That's all you want. It's your favorite restaurant, and guess what? They don't have fish. They don't have fish that day. So are you going to sit there and wait for the fish to come days, weeks, months later? No, you're going to go to a different restaurant and get fish. Does that mean you don't come back to your favorite restaurant when they have fish? No, you do. You do. You still love them. You still love the quality and you support them, but that doesn't mean that you can only go to this restaurant for fish. There's more fish at other restaurants. I'm not saying go work for as many companies, and if you see bookings dip, right away go somewhere else. Just have an open mind. I would recommend doing your research and seeing, okay, what is a company that I support? I had posted 2 videos about OutSchool and mentioned that this was a great opportunity. If you haven't seen those videos, just go back a couple videos and you'll see them on my channel. And I talk about how it could be a solution for many teachers. Have I gone through the application process? Yes. Have I taught my first class yet? No, I haven't. I haven't taught my first class yet because my goal is to help teachers. I currently want to help teachers to thrive and to build just amazing brands and products. I'm so excited for what I'm working on this year, and I can't lose my sight right here. But I will be teaching those classes that I'm passionate about with students. I would love to share that with kids as well. Okay, number 3. The third thing and the final thing I want to talk about is quality teaching. Now, VIPKid is going through a rubric upgrade or change. It's their 4th rubric that they are teaching their MCMs, and everyone's getting trained on it. And as they're going through this rubric, a big goal for this year for VIPKid has been quality. They want quality teachers. So as they're searching and seeking out quality teachers, I've seen some that have maybe not gone through the whole application process, or maybe in the interview, they didn't accept it and they're wondering why. They're looking for a quality teaching job. So if you're saying, I just jumped in and was going to wing it, don't do that. You need a coach. And I am a coach for VIPKid teachers that want to join, and also a training. I have a foundational course that teaches you the ESL teaching techniques, and so you have that foundation. Now, as you are going through the application process, as they're looking for quality, their rubric, it does have check the box for do this, but they're also trying to have it really dial into the teacher. How did they adjust to the student? Were they able to fine tune this? So it's really hard on a rubric when you have multiple people grading to not just have it check this box and then they pass, but to also have more subjective input. It's really hard because they try and explain. If you saw the rubric for VIPKid, you'd be like, what? This is so confusing. I believe that's why it is not released all over, because it is very confusing. And those MCMs, those interviewers are trained very well. And it is a really tough job to stay up to date. I've been an MCM in the past. I am no longer an MCM because I don't continue to do the interviews. So I don't feel like I can continue to run those because I don't stay up to date. I don't do the monthly, they have monthly assessments that they have to do, and they have to try and keep them within a certain point range. Like, it's a lot of work to stay up to date. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have access to the rubric and know what's going on. I just don't run those interviews anymore. It is a lot of work. So you really have to give those MCMs credit. They work really hard to be able to do that. So upgrade in quality. That's the third thing that they're working on. So if you've seen kind of, I don't know, maybe people aren't making it through the application process, or you're getting feedback on your teaching, look again at yourself and how can I upgrade my quality. All right, guys, that was real and raw. We covered the pay, that's been a big topic. Bookings, that's been a big topic and always is a big topic. And the third thing is quality teaching. I am grateful for the opportunity to share my stories and hopefully give you some input and nuggets that can move you forward in your own journey. Remember, check the description below where I will have my course, my foundational course linked. If you do want to build a brand and be in a different position next year this time, you can hop on my waiting list at heynancytaylor.com/yes. So that's linked in the description box as well. Get on that waiting list if you want to build a brand and build passive income. It's such a blessing for me and my family, and I know that if it's a right fit for you, that you'll take that next step to get on that waiting list. Okay,